Hey, so as part of these DC digital releases, Gail Simone actually wrote a Flash comic. I'm shocked I didn't hop on this one way quicker, but here we are talking about The Flash, Fastest Man Alive, issue number 2. Let's hop on in, shall we? Alrighty then, so as the comic opens up, we see a very Terminator-esque scene wherein a super soldier from a dark future comes to the present. Her name, as we discover, is Beth Arden, and she's come back to this period in time armed to the teeth with one mission in mind, and that is kill the fastest man alive. And I don't know if you know this, because he only mentions it like, every chance he gets, but Barry Allen is the fastest man alive, and as it stands right now, he's putting that speed to the test. It seems that some cruel person was bombing a residential area, and Barry had to swoop on in to save some kids from getting killed in the blast. The Flash drops the kids off, and it's actually quite sweet that Barry is so good with kids that by the time they're done, the two don't actually want the Flash to leave, but he has work to do. In fact, as we discover, Barry actually had a lot of work on his plate that day, not just on the super end of things, but on the CSI side of things as well. Two young lovers were found dead on the train tracks, and all the other cops figure, they must have been hit by a train, right? Only that's impossible because the train was down for servicing. This is, of course, where Barry begins to truly earn his keep for the Central City PD, realizing that these kids weren't killed here at all, only moved here after the fact. And given the placement of velocity, trauma, and the fact that they all smell like cotton candy, Barry figures that they were probably killed on some sort of circus ride and then moved to the train tracks to cover it up. The cops think this theory is ridiculous, which naturally means it's 100% correct. Barry gets called away from his day job, though, to answer his super gig. It would seem that those bombings from before were the work of the future super soldier, going by the name Shift because of their shift armor that they wear. Shift never actually intended to hurt anyone, but she was very desperate. You see, her suit is actually on a timer itself. It will return her to the future in a very set amount of time, which means she needs to complete her mission as soon as possible. That mission, of course, is killing the Flash. A feat in which many villains have attempted and even more have failed. What does Shift have on her side? Well, a bunch of weapons from the future built solely for the purposes of hunting down speedsters. Let's see, she's got homing missiles that zero in on the Speed Force energy that Barry leaves behind, a special tuning fork that can stop him from phasing, and her special armor actually allows her to phase through the Flash's own physically based attacks, so yeah, they're pretty evenly matched, it would seem. But Barry's a pretty laid-back guy after all, and he doesn't want to fight if he can talk, and because of that, he asks Shift why exactly she's so upset and why she's trying to kill him right now. Shift ends up telling a very familiar story of a dark future wherein a mad genius obsessed with a particular set of stories from the past, ones collected in, get this, a comic book, tries to recreate the experiments that gave the Great Flash his power, only to do so driving him insane and causing him to lash out, killing millions of people. That man's name, it probably won't surprise you, was Eobard Thawne, aka the Reverse Flash, and the comic in question wasn't just any old Flash comic book, it's the Flash comic you're reading right now in the pages of the Walmart giant. Oh man, this really must have been an alternate future wherein Thawne could actually find that Flash comic at Walmart and read it. I guess they must not have been buried under the Yu-Gi-Oh cards in this future. Sadly, Shift's time in this time period are quickly coming to a close. She says that if Barry actually does want to help, that he should come to their future and they can discuss more. As the comic comes to a close, Shift even gives Barry her badge, signaling that she is a member of the Speed Force Resistance of the future. And so that was Flash Fastest Man Alive issue number 2, everybody, and I gotta say I enjoyed this one. Gail Simone is able to infuse a pretty familiar feeling Flash story with a lot of fun, humor, and heart. I know the Flash is one of those heroes who I've kind of neglected on my channel, not because I don't like the character, but just because there is so much content that I'm so far behind on, it would take me forever to catch up, so I just haven't. It's probably for all those reasons and more I ended up liking this little digital story as much as I did. You only need to know so much about the Flash to hop on in and enjoy it, and indeed I did enjoy it. It's a positive little feel-good story that also promises we might be seeing more bigger stories down the line. Overall, I'd give this one an 8 out of 10. It was really nice.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, and if you're in the market for comic books right now, and I mean really who isn't, you might want to check out my book depository link down in the description. It's no joke my favorite place to buy comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link, not only will you be getting yourself something nice, but you'll be helping out the channel a little bit while you do so. So, you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Bye-bye.